In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can travel to South Africa for free. Free, guys. Nada. Not a penny. Hi. 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다. 저는 다키십니다. Yeah, that was Korean. I am studying Korean. Oh, by the way, do you like my fluffy thingy? Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm showing it off? Can you tell? Can you tell? I know my hair is a bit messy right now. I just took my braids out and I just got back from the office. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but you guys have already seen episode 1, 2, and 3 of Fly With Me South Africa, and I promised you 5 episodes, so consider this episode 4. I have been trying so hard to give you guys quality content. The problem is I've been sitting around waiting for the right equipment because I've got a studio microphone, and if you watched my very first episode of Fly With Me South Africa, then you would know. Shoot a wedding episode. My cousin got married. When I got to South Africa, my laptop screen got broken. You know, it's been a whole lot. I know I've promised you a podcast as well, which hasn't been launched yet. Just stick around, all right? This is something that I know I have to do, and I am going to see it through no matter what comes my way. In another episode, I'm going to tell you guys about some of the challenges that I faced starting a YouTube channel and trying to get more social media presence as a digital content creator. There's a lot that's going to be going on this channel, so you better hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe.
Train her feet for running, show her every door and how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for becoming.
Obviously, I did my research for you guys because I want to give you guys accurate information. However, I can't confirm if my sources are 100% legit, so please do your research as well to get more information on the topic. But this is what I found when I did my own digging. Ghanaian passports rank 144th in the world as of June 2024. Basically, what this also means is that as long as you hold a Ghanaian passport, you will be able to travel to up to 46 countries visa free. However, if you want to visit any other country aside these specific 46 countries, you are definitely going to have to apply for a visa beforehand. Now I'm going to let you know all the countries that you can travel to visa free, and it's a very long list because it's 46. It's just so you can decide where exactly it is that you want to go. People traveling from Ghana with a Ghanaian passport can travel to countries like the Bahamas, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belize, Benin, British Virgin Islands, Burkina Faso, Cabo Verde, please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing this properly, please forgive me, Cabo Verde, Cook Islands, Ivory Coast, Dominica, Fiji, Grenada, Guinea-Bissau, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, Micronesia, Montserrat, Niger, Nigeria, Niue, N-I-U-E, forgive me, Philippines, Rwanda, Samoa, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Singapore, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tanzania, Gambia, Togo, and South Africa. This episode is specifically for South Africa because that is where I travel to. So if you want more information about the country that you're interested in that isn't South Africa, you'd have to maybe Google or look up some other YouTubers that probably talk about that. But I'm sure I would do a little more research about the other countries, and I would help anyone out that needs it. So you just have to let me know in the comments below if you need any information about a particular country. I'll do my research and I'll let you guys know. Now back to the topic at hand. My process traveling visa free from Ghana with a Ghanaian passport to South Africa. I don't have a reference on my phone for this, my previous video or anything like that, so I'm going to have to draw this from memory, how things went as I was there. And I didn't write a script either because I'm not very good with scripts. I would be terrible. It would be a disaster. This is actually me improvising. Because I was traveling on a free visa, I didn't have to go through any visa process at all. I didn't even have to visit any embassy. I had a passport. Now, one of the requirements with the passport is that the passport must be valid for at least 6 months after your departure. So if you are to book a flight, the day that your flight departs, starting from that date, your passport has to be valid 6 months after that. So in case of, any return flights or anything like that, your passport needs to be up to date. Now, aside the passport, what you need is something we call the yellow card. Okay, and I'm going to come back to the yellow card in a minute. Aside the passport, valid Ghanaian passport, and the yellow card, what you also need is to book your flight. Obviously, you need to book your flight. I didn't book my flight, my brother did. If you want to book a flight, I think the best way would be to log onto the Airways website. Yeah, it's life no balance. My brother booked my flight for me, so I think what he did is he logged onto Kenya Airways online, the Kenya Airways website, and then he just booked the nearest flight that was available. I think I'll put the link in the description below to the Kenya Airways website if you want to fly Qatar Air or use any other airways. That's completely up to you. So yeah. Now back to the yellow card. What the yellow card is, it is proof that you have been tested and you do not have yellow fever. That's what the yellow card is, basically. It's in the name, yellow card, yellow fever. In order to get the yellow card, there are a number of ways that you can do that. I think the simplest way is to visit the airport. That is what I did, right? I went to Kotoka International Airport. I think you can definitely do this at a hospital. I think you could visit Kolebu Hospital. This one, I've just been in South Africa for a few months and I've already forgotten the places in Accra. Sa Hospital, being your friend is saying 37. You can visit 37 Military Hospital. I think when I was doing my research on the yellow card, 37 popped up, so I think you could check that out as well. I visited Kotoka International Airport, and you could just ask around like, oh, you were here for your yellow card, blah blah, and yeah, they're going to show you around. You do have to pay. I think I had to pay 100 Ghana cedis, or it was 150 or something like that. Let's just say it was 150, which I'm pretty sure it was less. Guys, memory, guys, it all happened so fast. It is either 100 Ghana cedis or 150 Ghana cedis, so just come prepared, go prepared. Okay, and they gave me an injection. I know that there are ways that you can avoid getting an injection and get a yellow card. I don't necessarily know exactly how I can do that, but I've heard it's possible. And because this was the whole process was sort of rushed, I didn't really have time to look into the not getting injection side of things, but I had to get an injection, and then they gave me the card, which is in fact yellow and it has some inscriptions in it proving that, I do not have yellow fever. And yeah, I had my yellow card. So you have your passport that's 6 months valid after the date of departure. You have your yellow card that you would either get at the hospital or the airport, and then you have your flight ticket, obviously, because you need your flight ticket. But once you have all three, I promise you, you are set. You are on your way. You don't even have to worry about a visa because it's absolutely and totally free. But honey, the flight tickets, it depends. I can't tell you exactly the price of the tickets because it fluctuates with season. This is just an example. Let's just say it's 100 cedis today. Within the next week, it's like 500 cedis. You know what I mean? Like, it really, really fluctuates. It depends on the type of airways as well, because flying with some airways is expensive, and obviously if you're flying business class, it would be a lot more expensive as well. I flew economy because, are you kidding? Okay, but yeah, I flew economy and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. This is all I'm gonna say. I am gonna do a video on how it felt to travel economy class with Kenya Airways, so stick around. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, subscribe. Where was I? Yes, customs, which is one of the most important things when it comes to traveling. Oh, I really want to make this a whole video on this on its own. There's so much that goes into your luggage. There's so many details. I think the most stressful thing about traveling was going through customs, all the rules, everything. I had people calling me, my mom was calling me, my brother's calling me, my uncle calling me. I had a lot of people being like, oh, you gotta do research. It was just so many rules. It was a lot, and I honestly genuinely felt overwhelmed. So I'm going to spare you guys all that stress by giving you guys a whole different video about it. You know what, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, what I can say for now about, gosh, my hair is so my hair is distracting me, guys. Am I shallow? Is that shallow? Like, you guys can't get a good look at me. I am the main character after all.
Bombastic side eye.
So as I was saying, the most stressful thing was the customs, going through customs, and at every border I had to do that. Oh no, you know what, scratch that. The most stressful thing about the whole thing was, see, you guys need to be careful when you're booking the flight, okay? Because if you end up booking a transit flight, the getting on, getting off, getting on, getting off, what made it remotely less stressful was the fact that with a transit flight, once you go through customs the first time, right, and they check your bags and everything, and they load the luggage onto the plane, you don't get it until you get to the final destination. You understand? My final destination was South Africa, so that is why I got it in Johannesburg and not in Port Elizabeth. Let me explain a little, just a tiny bit further. So I took a flight from Accra to Kenya, Nairobi. I checked my bags in Accra. When I alighted in Kenya and I was in the waiting area for a period, and you know, and just chilling for hours. By the way, you realize I said this with a passion, because I had to wait for almost 8 hours, guys. Can you imagine sitting around the airport for 8 hours doing nothing? Bruh, anyways, this is not the video for that. I'm gonna get into that in a later video. So I didn't get my luggage in Kenya, Nairobi. Boarded my next flight from Kenya, Nairobi to Johannesburg, South Africa. And then I got my luggage in Johannesburg, South Africa, because my final destination was ultimately South Africa. You know, I was trying to take as much stuff with me as possible. Let me even show you. Actually, I'm using it as a pivot. This entire setup you see, DIY, Charlie. But anyways, it's standing. Okay, it's standing. This is the pillow that I took with me. Now, I saw a pillow hack on TikTok and I figured I'm gonna try it. The worst case scenario, they'll tell me to empty the contents and just like take the cover or something. Worst case scenario, and they didn't. They were okay with it. There was even the part of customs where they check for drugs, like hand on check for drugs. I had a very fun conversation with a lady as well. I didn't get that on camera, but it was fun. I'm gonna show you guys. So I have literally a beanie, like just random stuff, bro, and it worked, but it's so freaking heavy and hard. I brought it upon myself. I couldn't even complain because I did this to myself, but I had to carry this throughout the transit flights, plus my carry-on bag, which is way over there, and I do not have the strength to pick it up and show you guys right now. I'm just gonna put that back because this is what's holding my lighting setup together. Just gonna put that back. That's basically it. Drop a comment in the comment section below if you actually want to know more about customs and, you know, the check-ins and the luggage and stuff like that. If I get enough people saying yes, they want to know more, then I will shoot and post a video on the topic. Officially make me your Merriam-Webster. Make me your Quora. Okay, and you want to know anything, let me know. I will do my research and I will deliver it to you. Information about travel and customs, okay? Because yeah, that's what I'm trying to get into. Also, I want to mention that all of this would not have been possible if it wasn't for my family. And one of the things that I regret about the whole process is the fact that I had to keep it from my friends. I mean, obviously for a lot of you it isn't a big deal to travel somewhere, but for me, and I'm gonna tell you why in a later episode, I definitely regret keeping it from my friends because I feel like I didn't get enough time. Subscribe to my podcast. Subscribe to my podcast page on YouTube and Instagram, Black Me. Just search Black Me and I'm gonna pop up. All right, if you want more details into my mental and emotional and spiritual process along the way, the podcast is gonna be deep. I'm gonna be spilling secrets, guys. A lot of information, I promise you. Oh, and I did my own nails, by the way. I did my own nails. This was the second try. I promise you the first one was chaotic. I did my own nails and I love them. But yeah, that is it. I think I covered everything. If I didn't, forgive me. Again, drop a comment and let me know if I missed anything you want to know. But yeah, thank you for watching and bye. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Train her feet for running. Show her every door and how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for becoming.